Hey everybody, welcome back to Predator Bass Fishing. I'm Danny Rhodes, and today I want to show you some stuff I got at Walmart. I spent like 28 bucks on some stuff, and I'm pretty excited about what I got. So just wanted to show you that. Let's get to it.
To the pond, he's gonna catch some toads. You're watching Predator Bass Fishing with Danny Rhodes. Whether he's ripping lips or unboxing it, he's doing everything under the sun, and you can catch it all here on Predator Bass Fishing.
Alright, welcome back. So was headed home from work today. My wife needed some medicine, so I was like, hey, maybe I'll run by Walmart, and haven't been in there for a while to see what they got. So they were stocked back up pretty good and ready for new season. So I went through and spent probably a little more than I should have. Not really needing much, but I do want to get stuff stocked back up for next year. But something I've been seeing a lot on this kind of an unbagging instead of an unboxing. But something I've been seeing a lot online looking at baits and stuff lately is some minnows with the hook in it already. I saw some that were like Storm brand, and they looked really good on Tackle Warehouse, and I was like, man, these are pretty cheap. They're like $1 a piece. And so I was in there. They had some Storm, and they had like a 3-pack, and they looked good, and I grabbed them. I think they were like $3.36, so $1.10 a piece, and I was like, hey, this is a no-brainer. So I had that pack and grabbed it, and started looking around, and I saw another one. It's a brand that's popular, but it's kind of a cheapy brand, starts with a C. But they had one, and it had a little, like a, I don't know what you call it, like an add-on spinner. Let's see if this tells what on here. Anyway, it like kind of makes it a spinner bait. It's got the little V wire, and then the spinner bait on it. And I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And I didn't end up getting that because I got another idea. But I'm kind of excited about those. I might show you that last. And just start with some less fun things. I mean, it's all pretty fun. But let's see here. Where are we going to go first? I just posted on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Predator Bass Fishing. And I'm doing my top 5 best baits countdown for 2020. And I'm on number 4. And it was the original ZMan chatterbaits. And one that I had a lot of luck with was the white and chartreuse. This is the all white, obviously. There's that view of the head. These are pretty good. I mean, I think it was $4.26 actually, so that's not bad. $4 or $5 for a chatterbait is good. I mean, it's not. The hook on these is really big. If you haven't ever used one, solid. I mean, you're never gonna have to. You could catch a 10-pounder on it, and that hook's not gonna bend out for sure. It's not giant. It's 3/8 ounce. But you put a trailer on there, and you got plenty of weight to cast out. And speaking of trailers, let's go over to this. One of these might work perfect. The Strike King Rage Swimmers. I've never bought any of these before. A little bit like the Kitech. They're white on that side, and then I hope you can see they've got some glitter on the underside, and it looks really good. And I think that might be a nice combination on like that chatterbait. It might look really good. So I kind of thought, hey, I'm just buy a few things and I can mess around and open some stuff up and show you like what that chatterbait combined with one of these will look like. And I think it'll look great. And you know, you can also rig these rage swimmers up with good grief. You can rig them up just Texas rig on, I bought some of these. They're 3/0. Let's see if you can. 3/0 Eagle Claw. They're the cheapest ones that they had. They had 6 cents where you got 5 hooks, and they had, what was the other brand? I can't remember, but oh, Gamakatsu, they had 5. And they were stout hooks, which, I mean, they're not going to bend out. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to have Tactical Bass, and I watched that, and they're always talking about hooks bending out, which I've never had that with a big hook. You know, a 2/0 or 3/0 or even a 1/0 hook. So it's something that I started worrying about because I do some tournaments last year, and it's like, if I catch a 6 or 7 pounder, I don't want, you know, a hook to fail on me. But I don't think it's really a possibility. These are still pretty stout, and you get 8 for, is it 8? Yeah, you get 8 for, I think it was $2.44. Yeah, $2.44. So you can't beat that. What's that? 30 cents a piece. And they're out a lot when everybody starts fishing because of COVID. So I figured I better grab some. Well, they have them, and they're a lighter wire. So when I do creek fishing and at the lake or pond, I want my bait to have the best action possible. So you got a big stout hook on there. Those 6 cents hooks look giant, and you know, they're not ever going to bend out. You can catch a 20-pound catfish or something on there and it's not going to bend out, but I'm not going to catch a 20-pound catfish. So these are going to be fine. I'm going to have good action with them. And if I could ever get these rage swimmers open, here we go. We'll mess around here and put this on the, see, and it's got the, I mean, it looks great. I love the stuff with the paddle tail like that. I mean, it just looks so good. I've never bought Kitex, and I've never bought these rage swimmers either. Usually the brand I get is Zoom paddle tails, and I had a lot of luck last year with those. But I mean, this is gonna look really good together. It's almost like it's made together. You're shaking the table, little girl. Got my assistant in here helping me today. So let's rig this up, and I think I want to have it that way right there. Sometimes they say turn it up and it has better action. I think, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm gonna have it just like this. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going upside down. And I'm not as good as those guys. Those Tactical Bassin guys, you can tell they've done it a million times. They can stick one right on there and it's perfect. And they bite the front off a little bit. I don't think this is made with anything where I can die if I bite the tip of it off. But no, just kidding. You like that, didn't you? My helper liked that. Okay, so I just measured out and kind of put my finger on there if I can, where it's gonna be. If I had like a marker, there's a slot, so I'm gonna go like halfway in the slot. Looks about perfect of where I need to be with this, and make sure I come out the slot, and I'm about halfway. And it's got a nice keeper here on this, on the chatterbait, and that's not bad. I hate to have to do it twice, because then it's like, well, I just ruined that rage swimmer on the first shot. But boy, this looks great. that tail is going to be amazing on there. It's going to give it a lot of action. And then with the head, I mean, it's just going to be ridiculous. But let's see if you can get a good look at that. There we go. It looks good. It's going to be amazing. So they, I don't think they had, yeah, they did. They had some chartreuse and white there, which I like. But I had one of these last year too, and I lost it. So, so that's pretty sweet. You know, the Rage Swimmers were, what did I say? They were, I think they were $3.56. Yeah. So $3.56 divided by 5, like 70 cents a piece, 71 cents a piece. So that combined with the chatterbait, I'm gonna try to get these Rage Swimmers back in here where they're not all bent up, which I just didn't take them out of the box. Put them in my tackle box. So that combination, you know, you're looking at $4 and I can't remember what it was, $4 and some change. I think it was $4.26, and then the 71 cents. You're talking maybe, no, just under $5. So I mean, you can't beat that. Just under $5 for that, and I mean, you could catch a ridiculous amount of fish on that thing. If you're at a pond, or my problem is I go to the creek and I end up losing crap on logs and stuff like that, and it's like I should have just saved that for the pond. Why did I use it in the creek where there's logs everywhere? So, okay, so there's the Rage Swimmers, the chatterbait, the eagle claw hooks that were like not much at all. What, I can't remember what we said, 30 cents maybe a piece. And then something else I had a hard time finding with COVID. I mean, they were out of everything because there were so many people fishing. I really like these. It's just Bullet Weights brand. 1/16 ounce, and they're really, you know, they're not super small, but they're not giant. These are more for the creek for me, or if you want a slow fall, which is what I like. I saw a video of some Berkeley Havoc pit bosses, and this guy had a video. That thing's just sitting there going like this, and you're not going to get that action like that if you have a big fat weight on it. It's going to go straight down to the bottom, and then it's just going to go along with you. If you've got that light weight and you're doing the twitch, you know, you'll get that nice little shoot like a crawdad, and then you'll get the slow fall where they're going to nail it. So you're not going to get that if you have a 1/4 ounce weight on, or, you know, something bigger than these 1/16 ounce, or a, you know, an 1/8 ounce is even probably going to limit your action, you know. And the same thing with the hooks. You know, I like these 3. I usually don't buy 3/0 with these. I usually go 2/0, and I don't know if you get more hooks or not, but I was using some of the pit bosses last year, the Berkeley pit bosses. If you've never tried those, you need to try them. They've got the 4, instead of just having 2 pinchers like a lot of the baits do, they've got 4, and I think that extra little bit of action, I mean, I've been using them sometimes, and it's like I can't bite, you know, get anything to bite, and then I'll go to one of those or switch rods and grab that and throw it out, and I think just that little bit of extra action, you know, fires them up and gets them going. So I thought this was going to be a quick video, but we're about halfway through here. So now my buddy's pond, you can throw just a regular crappie jig out there and you're going to get hit. So I buy white, and they're always dirty looking. So these crappie jigs are really good at my buddy's pond. I'll put those on the kids' poles with a bobber, and it doesn't even need any live bait on them. And these were like $1.55, and there's 10 in here, it looks like. Yeah, 10 count. That's crazy. I mean, that'll last me for years. So those are going to be great. I thought about going with some grubs where you don't have to worry about them getting dirty and looking dirty. That's what I got. 10 pack, $1.55, 15 cents a piece. Catch a ton of fish on them. Here's my next one. We used to use these all the time. We'd go to Turtle Creek Reservoir down by Terre Haute, Sullivan, Indiana, and there's a power plant there. And you could go out. They have the hot water discharge, and the shad would be running in the middle of wintertime, and you're just like, what in the heck is going on here? And there's people with these big old long, 8-foot long rods, you know, throwing a rattle trap out as long as they can, and then they're just, and then all of a sudden you just be like, oh, I got one. And so that's what we always use. We'd find the chrome, basically. It's got a little bit of blue on top, and then a little bit of red on the lip there, but just a great all-around crankbait, you know, for any time they're chasing shad. So I didn't have one of those in the box, and I want to make sure I do have one of those in the box, so I will have now. Let's see. Another kind of mainstay for me in the spring is Strike King Bitsy Bug. I bought 2 of them. Let's see, these were, I'm not sure. They were $1 something. It's not showing on here. But I think they're like $1.38. I don't see them on there on the receipt, but they're cheap. They're dirt cheap. I know they're less than $2. They might have been $1.78 actually, because there was another brand I was looking at where it had a little more of a thin skirt that would dance a little bit more, which I stick with what catches a fish and what you've got knowledge of what it does for you. These catch fish, so I was like, no, I'm not getting the $2 one. I'm getting these $1.78 ones. So I got 2 of those. They're really small. I mean, you can't tell. I guess compared to this rattle trap, it's just that this is a normal 3-inch, half-ounce rattle trap, and I mean you can tell it's about the same size as that. It's really small. Here's my finger. I mean, you can tell it's only half of my finger. So like a 2-inch. It's got the weed guard on it. You put a nice little trailer on there. You can put a big trailer too. But like a chigger, I think it's called a chigger crawl power bait. Those would be perfect. And you're just gonna catch fish on them. Smallmouth, largemouth, whatever, spotted bass probably. Those are great, and I love those. It's a pumpkin seed with maybe just a little bit of brown in there. But those are great. They're cheap. You can't beat them. Okay, now lastly, this is what I've been waiting on here. I told you earlier, I found the storm shads that looked awesome, and you get a 3-pack for like $3.36. I saw them on Tackle Warehouse, and I was like, I'm gonna order some of those. And then I thought, what would be even better is if I could find one of those, the V wire with the spinnerbait, the blade on it, to add to it, where you just throw it out and it's like a spinnerbait. It's weedless more because it's got the exposed hook. And there was another brand that I was talking about earlier that was a cheaper brand. It starts with a C. I can't think of it. But it had the V hook you could add on. It had the one minnow or one shad with the V wire and the blade on it. I was like, I'm going to get that. Then I can add that on those other ones. So I looked around a little bit more, and then I saw something. I was like, holy cow. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. These were $2.96. I've got to check to even make sure that's right, because yeah, $2.96 for 5 of these. And I went with the chartreuse because I think that helps in the spring a little bit. I like realistic too. I want it to look like a shad with the black dot. These don't even have the black dot, which you can add that with a marker or something. But these are going to be great. Power bait, $2.96. They've got the hook already in there. You're talking 60 cents a piece. So I'm gonna open these, and then I've got a little something else to show you here that I got to go along with these. You know what? It's wintertime. Go buy some crap at Walmart and look how good that looks. It's a little swim bait. I mean, it's got the weighted hook, and I'm gonna take this hook guard off of here. Maybe they put a hook guard on there, and then you end up ripping your finger off. Okay, there we go. I mean, that thing looks amazing. It's a 3-inch. They're 3-inch, and you know, so it's not giant, but your smallies are gonna hit it in the creek. You're gonna get great action out of that tail in a pond, and they're just gonna come up there and nail that thing. If I was doing a tournament or something at Geist Reservoir, it's kind of small, so it's kind of like, I don't know. But they get so pressured there that something different and something smaller sometimes might be the ticket, especially if you can catch it when the water's clear there. But to go along with those, instead of buying that other minnow that had the spinner attachment, I bought these beetle spins in black and white, and they're good in the creek too. I could use those and try to catch some small bass, but I'm usually not looking for the small ones. So these were the 1/4 ounce. These were the biggest beetle spins they had at our Walmart, which I'm not sure they make much bigger than this, but this is what I like to do. Just get crap, and while you're there, get the idea and be like, hey, I'm gonna use these, I'm gonna add this spinner attachment on it, and I think it's just gonna be amazing. So there's the spinner attachment I got. It doesn't look giant, but if I hook that minnow on there, the minnow's not giant either. It's a 3-inch. So I'm just gonna attach this in here, and let's see, it's gonna go like that. So I need to go through here, I think. And my only concern was with this was I was thinking, and I put it on backwards, of course. My only concern was, I thought, if I get a hold of a 6-pounder doing a tournament or at my buddy's pond, is this wire gonna fail me? And I put it on backwards again. And I don't want the wire to fail me. That's why I made sure that I got the biggest, the biggest wire and the biggest beetle spin, where I mean, this is a pretty big wire. It's not as strong as a hook. Are you kidding me? I just did it backwards again. How dumb are you? Now let's see. Okay, I went in this way. I'm going in this way. Trying to talk and chew gum at the same time. Didn't work out. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we got her. So there she is. I mean, this thing is gonna be ridiculous. This is a cold water. I can use that cold water right now in the creek. It's not a big presentation. They say you don't want a lot of flash and too much movement. It might be better when it starts to warm up a tiny bit and they're, pre-spawn or whatever, but I am just really pumped about this thing. So, and I bought two of the beetle spins so I can have a couple ready to go. But and it's power bait. It doesn't smell like power bait, but it smells like every swim bait smells like chemicals. That's what these smell like too. So we'll see. The fish may not hold on 18 times longer with those. So anyway, that's everything. Let's see. I'll flip the camera around here, and you can see my mess on the table. I can't switch the camera around, but anyway, you saw everything. We've got the worm weights, the worm hooks for my soft plastics, 3/0. We got the Bitsy bugs. We got the Rage swimmers. Got 5 of those for $3.56. We got the chatterbait with the Rage swimmer. We got the beetle spins and the beetle boo, marabou crappie jigs. 10 of those for like $1.76, I guess it was. And then we got the power bait Pogie swim shads. 5 of those, hook already installed, weighted hook. Those are gonna be ridiculous. We'll have some videos here catching fish on those babies. And then we got the beetle spins. So not bad for 28 bucks. We're gonna catch a lot of fish on this stuff, and we'll get out some content where we're out catching fish with these things here. So excited to do that for you guys. Thanks if you made it all the way through with me. I didn't plan on that being 27 minutes. I thought it might be, 10 or 15, but I'm long-winded. So if you made it through with me, I appreciate it. Hit subscribe, hit the other things, like, comment if you would. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Have a good one.